You know, I reckon they're right, love.
Who's that now?
Whoever said it was well for the wife of a rich man?
I'm sure it must be all right. What put that into your mind?
Nothing. I'm just thinking about how much better off you are now than the day I married you.
I was well enough off without you, thanks very much.
If you say so. I'm only going by what the papers said that time you were robbed. Connacht's biggest collection of Jimmy Choos seemed to be the main thrust of it.
No offence, Al, but my people have been running this territory for generations. My father had 6 daughters, and out of all of them, I was his chosen successor when he expanded to Meath. Why? Because I had his killer instinct and my mother's generosity.
I'd have picked you too, in fairness.
I replaced him as CEO in 3 of Ireland's biggest companies when he went, not to mention the 3,000 jobs created by my own companies. And of course, there's my international portfolio as well.
Ooh, we couldn't forget about your international portfolio.
Isn't it any wonder all the Larry Goodmans and the Dennis O'Briens sent their sons and brothers the whole way out here to woo me? Even your own brother tried his luck that time, do you remember?
I do indeed, love.
And I wouldn't marry a one of them, because I was looking for some very particular qualities. I needed a man who wasn't jealous, cowardly, or tight with his money.
I know, love. You told me. A tight arse would be no match for somebody as generous and thoughtful as you. And that you love divilment too much to marry a wallflower.
And what else did I say?
You said that you could never be monogamous. So that jealousy in a man would never suit you either.
So when I met you, Ross Brewer's other son, I was only delighted to find exactly what I wanted.
So why wouldn't you be?
And I paid my fair share for it too, which I'm sure you also remember. A whole new wardrobe from the Louis Copeland, a Porsche for your wedding present, and enough cash to keep your whole family afloat until things came right for them after the crash.
Yeah, right enough.
So no harm to you, Al. But if either of us ever went looking for alimony, it would be you.
Get away out of that. Sure, we've got roots in Leinster that are just as old as yours. And ours are on the East Coast, where it matters.
Al Hill Madden, you take that back.
Now, Maeve, I let my brothers take over from my father because they were older and it made sense. Not because I thought they were better leaders than me. And I agreed to marry you for 2 reasons. 1, because I belong here in my mother's place. And 2, because who would have made a finer match for the son of one of Ireland's most prominent businessmen than the daughter of one of Ireland's other most prominent businessmen?
Fair enough, but I still have more shares than you do.
Sorry, baby, but there's absolutely no way you have more than me. I got into property the year NAMA was set up, and by that stage I had already 3 champion horses.
Jinx, my uncle was on the board of NAMA, and his brother was on the boards of all the race courses in Connacht, plus 1 or 2 more. And surely you remember his wife's collection of antique Worth gowns passing on to me.
Aye, that was about the time I inherited my mother's Tiffany collection.
Ah, yes, but what she didn't leave you was several million in gold and platinum bars.
No, I acquired them all by myself, and then some.
Good for you. But I've been future-proofing since you were in nappies, my love. Glambia, Shell, Diageo.
Veolia, Arnua, ExxonMobil. Face it, baby, if I wanted to, I could have you bought out or ousted with a phone call. Doesn't mean I'm going to.
Oh, please. Every single one of my index funds have at least quadrupled in the last 6 quarters. God damn it! You've been dealing with McRoth. I don't suppose he'd talk to you about...
Investing in art, 3 Yeatses, a nice wee collection of Picasso lithographs, and I've recently got into NFTs.
Fuck my life. You mean digital art, yeah?
That's the one, love.
Hey, Maeve. Had a nice weekend.
Aye, it was magical.
Now tell me this. Whose assets are worth more between mine and Al Hill's?
Oh, that's a good one now. How long till I get it up and have a look? Ah, yes, it would appear that you both have assets of almost exactly the same value.
Almost.
Well, do you remember that online auction we had last week for the Owens digital print?
Is that your man who paints the cows?
That's the one. Well, I thought we had it in the bag, but at the last minute, a surprise bidder came in and...
Who was the surprise bidder, McRoth?
Well, it was your husband.
Just find me another McRoth at any cost.
No problem, hon. As it happens, I'm actually pretty friendly with the artist, and I happen to know that he has another, better one, fresh off the easel.
We'll ask him to put it in my name till the end of the tax year. Tell him he can have it back after that. Plus one of my best stallions to stud for a month, a cottage in Westport, one of my father's rolls collection, on the pleasure of my company the next time he comes west.
You might want to make that a trip to the Galway Aquarium, Maeve. Conor Owens is like 13.
Oh, right. Well, maybe we should just scrap that bit altogether.
Are you sure? It's a really very impressive aquarium. They have lamprey. They're like these eels, but they have the...
Just get me that painting, Dara.
Dead on.
Yep.
Owensy! What's the crack with you?
Dinner a bit rot, sir. Nice one on the auction last week.
Oh, don't mention it. Actually, I might have someone interested in your latest as well. The wife of last week's buyer, as it happens.
Who? Me? Well, I'm sure the auction will be opening any day now.
Well, that's the thing, you see. She doesn't so much want to buy it as she wants to just put it on her books for a while. You know yourself. But in return, she's willing to offer you her best stallion for a month, a gaff in Westport, and one of her father's Rollses.
Right.
And she might have mentioned something about a guided tour of the aquarium next time you're in Salt Hill.
Oh, I love aquariums. Have they got lamprey?
Yes! Yes, they do!
Sold. Tell her it's no problem. In fact, I'd love to see some lamprey this weekend if she's about.
Ah, excellent, Macara. I'll set it up.
Come here and tell me, why is she so keen to borrow paintings she's never even seen?
Well, I'm sure you know that Alil and herself have a marriage of equals, or so they had up until last week.
Bright cow, number 149.
Yep. So now Alil has the upper hand by a difference of one of your paintings.
I see. So she's afraid he's going to put rank on her.
Wouldn't be the first time an empire was lost that way.
Well, tell her not to worry. We have a deal, and I'll see her in Salt Hill this weekend if it suits.
Consider it done and done.
What did he say?
The deal is done, including the aquarium this weekend.
All right. Oh, well, who knows? Maybe it'll be a bit of crack.
Look, it could have been a lot worse. We might have had to resort to stealing it.
Yeah. I'll tell the hackers to stand down, so thanks, Dara.
Dara Macroth! You absolute traitor!
Shit, Connor. No. She was only joking.
Joking about hacking, yeah? Joking about stealing my art?
No, Connor, we were only...
Are you listening to me, Macroth? I'm going to make every customer sign a contract from now on stating that they are not, nor are they acting on behalf of Maeve or her bloody husband. See if she thinks that's funny.
Macara? Oh, bollocks. Maeve, we've hit a bit of a snag.
What now?
I thought I hung the phone up.
Christ on a bike, Dara. So what? He thinks we're going to steal the painting?
Pretty much, yeah. He's really touchy about it. He's had 3 attempted hackings in the last 18 months. This is the first time he's had an actual person to blame for it, though.
How bad?
A lifetime ban.
What? That's ridiculous.
Disclaimers were mentioned.
My God. The papers will have a field day with this. Queen of Connacht loses empire. Oh yeah, and did we mention that she's a thief?
I'm really sorry, Maeve. Is there any way we could convince Alil to sign his over to you or something?
Pity plea will only make it worse. I mean, all I really need now is an invoice. Just an item number, really.
I suppose. If you were quick and quiet.
Well, denying everything would quash the rumours about Alil and me. Make a liar of the painter. And by the time the revenue got involved, sure, we'd have the whole thing. Smooth it over. We would need some actual hackers, though.
I might know some, actually.
Can they be trusted?
Yeah.
Then make the call.